Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. My name is Nelly and I am an indie author of 7 books. And today we're going to be talking about the cost breakdown for With the Flames Catching Midnight and With the Rains Catching Dawn. We're putting them together because novel take place during the same time. I'm grouping them together because it's a 6-book installment, but every two go together. So that's how we're going to do it. Okay, so if you didn't know already, With the Flames Catching Midnight is my favorite book that I've ever written. I absolutely, there's just something about Sparrow and Ebony and Sparrow that gets me, so I was extra excited about this one. And this one actually, it's not by a lot, but this one actually got the most pre-orders I've ever gotten, so that was very exciting. Okay, I'm gonna try to be organized in this because we are talking about two different books. So I'm gonna go over the cost for Flames first and then for Rains, and then we're gonna put them together because I pretty much paid for them at the same time. So let's go. Okay, so copy editor. This is the first time, that's a lie. This is the second time that I used a different copy editor than my Widow Magic series because it's just a very long series. I needed something a little bit cheaper. Anyway, this actually ended up cheaper than even I was calculating. So that was very nice. And I think she did a pretty good job. So for Flames, I paid $658.98 for the copy edit. And this book was 129,000 words approximately. And then for Rains, I paid $215.79. And that book was approximately 40,000 words. So altogether, we paid $874.77, and that's including tip and everything. Okay, and then next we have our cover designer. We are using the same cover designer as the Widow Magic series. We're using Maria Espada for this, and Flames had the most renditions, I feel like, of going back and forth before we got down the basics of what the cover is going to look like. And then the covers after that have been very simple because she just goes off the same type of cover. So the first book was $205. The second one, so Flames was $205. Rains was $175. So altogether, $380 for the two covers. I'm very happy with it, and I love these covers. So this time around, we didn't pay for betas, which, like, I still had beta readers, but, like, we didn't pay for them. Here and there, I kind of wish I had found. So currently I have, well, she already read it, but like I had a beta reader for Ice, which is the third installment, second novel in the Catcher series. And I feel like she did a great job. So I kind of wish I had gotten her. She was paid for, but I didn't know of her back then. So I'm still happy with how the books came out and I love them. But yeah, beta readers, 0. And then the proof copies, again, reminder, 129,000-ish words, 40,000 words. So the proof copies were $10.92 for Flames and $6.71 for Rains, totaling $17.63 for proof copies in total. Rains came out to, I believe, 174 pages. Flames came out to, like, with back matter and everything, to like 502 pages, 504, somewhere around there. So yeah, honestly, again, not that bad. I'm happy with it. Okay, and then if you add all of those together, we spent $874.90 for Flames and $397.50 for Rains. So in total, to get the first two installments of the Catcher series out, the novel and the novella, it cost me $1,272.40. So if you think about that as like each book in the Widow Magic series cost me approximately that much. So I'm putting these together because look at that, it's costing me about the same. So if you've watched my past videos on how I'm calculating how many books I need to sell, you know there's no rhyme or reason. I just randomly decide numbers and I put them in. So going off of this, With the Flames Catching Midnight in Kindle normalized pages is 675 pages. So I would make approximately $3.30 off of that book. Look at me lying to you, $3.03. Yeah, $3.03 off of that book. So if you go off of just selling books on KU and I get no other sales any other way, I will need to sell 289 copies of Flames in order for me to make the money back for Flames. Now, if we add in other amounts, because the paperback is a lot more expensive, but again, the file is so much bigger that like the return on it is still closer to what the Widow Magic gives me. So it's around $4, I believe. Like just over $4, but it's around $4 per paperback on Ingram and KDP. KDP still pays you more, but similar. And then ebook sales, it's priced at $4.99, so $3.30. That's where I got the mix-up, so excuse me. But if you put those numbers in, again, it's difficult to like guess how many people are gonna buy the paperbacks, on which section, how many people are gonna get the ebooks, how many people are doing KU. Now, because this one did have my most pre-orders, which again, it wasn't a lot, but it did have my most pre-orders, there is more separation in like people got the ebooks. And then I've had a few copies of the paperback sold and stuff. So there is more variation rather than like being so closely tied to KU. But just to be safe, we're closely tying it to KU. So I'm putting it at instead of $3 and so we're putting it at instead of $3.03, $3.50. It might be lowballing it, but we're just putting it at that number because I feel like it's safer to do that. So in that case, I would need to sell about 250 copies. So honestly, we're close. We're close. We're not that close, but we're close. Now, in terms of reigns, it's pretty dramatically different because it's a novella. The Kindle normalized pages for this are, actually don't know, 219. Yeah. The Kindle normalized pages for this book are 219. So that's approximately like 96 cents per read through on KU. So if you do just on KU, getting 96 cents, not even a full dollar per read, I would need to sell approximately 414 copies in order for me to make my money back. Now, on the other side, if you add in the paperback, which is $11.99, again, around $4. This one is the one that I believe is $4.07 on Ingram, which means I get more on KDP. I'm assuming $4.30, somewhere around there. And then the ebook is priced at $2.99 because that's kind of the lowest you can go in just like a regular ebook that you're putting out, and still get the 70% royalty. That's what I meant. That I believe you get $2.02 per sale. So if you put those numbers together, you see how dramatically different all of them are. Less than $1 for KU, about $2 for the ebook, and over $4 for the paperbacks. So if I tried to average that out, it'd be like, almost $2. Which is, if we're getting KU reads mostly, that's not happening. So the good thing here is I've had a good amount of paperbacks. So we have had the higher number, but we're still gonna average it out with the lower number. So I'm putting it at $2.20 averaged out because again, I'm assuming more people are gonna get it on KU. So in that case, I would need to sell about 180. I don't know what I was thinking when I wrote that. We're averaging it out at $1.65, which I feel like comparatively to KU is pretty high, but that's the number we're gonna go with. So in that case, we would need to sell approximately 240 copies in order for Reigns to make its own money back. So based off of just KU reads of Flames and Rain, approximately 703 copies need to be sold. If you combine them for all places, approximately 490 copies. Those are really hard to calculate because I get so much more on Flames and Rains, but those are estimates, okay? So yeah. Okay, so the final verdict, we spent $1,272.40 for both of these books. If you break it down, we spent $874.90 for Flames and $397.50 for Rains, and approximately have to sell 288-ish on the high end for Flames to make my money back, and 414 on the high end for Rains to make my money back. So we'll see how that goes. It's not going terribly, so that's good. It's going better than Widow Magic, so positives.